Hallo, guten Abend. So we'll just wait a few minutes for the rest of them also to join in and then we can start. Okay? So wait a few minutes and then we can.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, good evening.
Ma'am, I did not attend for before classes, no, ma'am. So I have listened to the recordings, and I
Huh?
have a question, ma'am.
Huh?
Ma'am, you told about the articles, no, ma'am. Means like genders, feminine, masculine, and neutral.
Hmm.
When we are writing a sentence, means verb conjugation. Is
Huh?
schreiber the email we have written in the sentence, but is horror music means in that we didn't mention the article, no, ma'am.
So there are some nouns which you can actually use without articles. So you can say ish yora music, but better still you can say ish. It's not necessary for you to say ish yora the music. So there are some nouns. There are some places where it's okay if you if you skip the article, so it's fine. Like say for example with beverages. So with beverages we do not use articles. So same way music. So there are certain nouns where although we have the article, that is you will see that yes the article is going to be there, the noun will either be masculine or feminine like that, but it's okay, it's not necessary that you use it every time, so
But
that's okay.
for some nouns, it is necessary to use
Yeah.
it. You
So
said, but
for most nouns, it is necessary, and that's how you will have to actually remember it. That is, for most of the nouns, you will have to use the genders, but there are certain nouns where it's okay if you don't. So one such noun is then when you are using the noun musique, for example. But otherwise also, if let's say you are using words like Wasser, or if you are using beverages, now most like, so you can say ich trinke Kaffee or ich trinke Tee. Okay, so in that case if you're using it like that, it's okay, it's all right that you can use it without the articles. But for most nouns you can use, or you need to use the articles. Also, if you actually say ish Yora the music, that is not really wrong. But there are some nouns where it's okay, you can you can skip the article, so it's fine.
how can we know that we can skip it is by practice only?
You will learn that with practice. So there is no standard rule here as such. Okay, so it's not like yeah, here you need to skip the articles or here you can't skip the articles. It's not anything like that. You just happen to learn it with practice. So the more you will get used to the language, you will automatically understand. Okay, where can you use the articles and where you cannot, like that.
Okay, okay, thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
but yeah, so be sure that it's always better to use an article than to skip an article,
Okay,
because that then you will know like where to use the articles and where to skip the articles. So it's always better to use the article instead of skipping that, because
okay.
skipping is sometimes it's optional, but for articles you need to use the articles with the nouns like that.
Yeah, one more thing is that you have shared the drive to submit homework and assignments, no, ma'am.
Hmm.
That link, can you please share again because I have not in the group when you have shared that.
Okay, so the link to the material that is there in your group description. So if you go to the WhatsApp, so I'll not be able to
Yeah,
add you
ma'am.
to.
For material, it is there, but you have shown some drives in the previous classroom, ma'am, like grammatic and
That is, yeah. So that is all uploaded on the folder. So all of
no,
that
it is
you need.
not shown, ma'am.
No, no, no. Wait. So everything is put up on the document where you have all the material that we are doing in the class. It is all uploaded there, so you have access to it. Like the students have access to that folder. You will get the link in the Google, WhatsApp group. So if you're not added in the group, you can just ask the UpGrad team to add you to the WhatsApp group, and the link to that drive is on the description.
Yeah, ma'am, it is there. I'm telling that the document is seen.
Huh.
But you have shared some folder, no ma'am, like to submit homeworks and all.
I have not created that folder because I'm still checking out if you all have access to it or no. So I have
Okay,
not made the folder yet. So once I
okay,
make the folder, you all will see that.
okay.
Okay. So
Thank
and I'll update you. Yeah, because I need to see first if you all have access to uploading or no. Because if not, then we'll have to enable the access to the students. So I'm just waiting to confirm that. So till that is confirmed, I will not. I'm not creating anything, or I am not uploading any folder there. So just give me like probably till the end of this week. Okay,
okay,
I'll let you know.
okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. Also, so yeah. All right. Anybody else has any other questions? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Also, so before we go ahead, yeah. Any other questions? Any doubts? Anything not clear from whatever we have done so far? Is that is okay? Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Article.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good Naman. Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. I went through the lectures and recording lectures,
Hmm.
and I have some doubts, ma'am. Like sometimes you have used I am, like Ish Cafe Milch I am supermarket.
In
So,
supermarket. Yeah, so that you will
so
learn later on. Okay, so there are some parts to the grammatic which are being used in order to, for the ease of sentence formation, but focus only on the concept, because then prepositions and everything, that is a separate concept that we'll be doing. So right now I am not getting in the details of each and every part. We will do that when we come to those exercises. Okay, so if the so whatever the focus point is now, like whatever your grammatic is, so let's say if we are doing conjugations, so at that point focus on the conjugations. The rest of it you can just understand the meanings, but the grammatic part of it we will be doing it later. So like, so for example, if we have a question, or if we have a statement that says, okay, ich kaufe im Supermarkt. Why it is im Supermarkt, that you will learn when you actually move on, or when we actually move on to the preposition. So for now, you can just leave it. As long as you understand what the sentence means, it's fine. Okay, the
okay, ma'am.
detailed version of it we will learn later. So when we do the section, so preposition is also one important section that you all will be having. So once we do that, that time you will understand that. So that is okay.
Okay.
So focus more so on the concept. So if it is conjugation, that majorly focus on how the conjugations are done. Okay.
Yeah, it's like ins and nach, er
Ha,
fährt
yeah.
nach
So
Deutschland.
use of correct. So ich fahre nach Deutschland. So why those prepositions are used? See, the thing is we cannot do all of the grammar together. That is the problem. So, but we need some grammar in order to make sentences. Because if I just keep it as ich gehe, then it's not going to make any sense. For example, so we need to use those for the ease of learning. But then the individual part of it, that is what it means as an individual context, that we will learn later on. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Like,
Okay,
thank you.
all right, no problem. Anybody else, any other questions? Yeah. You, okay, so I am currently on hotspot, so my internet is down, so I'm taking the class on hotspot. So I might disconnect. I don't know. I mean, if the hotspot doesn't sustain, or if anybody has trouble listening now, like if my voice is not clear, or if there is any problem with the call, just let me know. Okay. Yeah. Clear. So all right, so I'll just let me know if voice is breaking or if screen share is not proper. Okay, if there is any problem with the call, just let me know. Okay. Also, yeah. Anybody else? Any other questions? Any other doubts? Is this okay? Shall we move on? Yeah. So we have done ein. eine, kein, keine. Okay, and okay, so we have done bestimmte articles and then we have done unbestimmte articles. Okay, now today we will be starting with the new set of articles. Okay, so if you remember when we did nicht, okay, when we did negationen, I told you that negation of verbs and negations of adjectives, okay, in other words, negation of everything else, okay, other than nouns, okay, is done with the help of nicht. Okay, but when we use negation of nouns, at that time we cannot use nicht. Okay, so when we have negationen for nomen, that is when we are using negation of nouns, we cannot use nicht. Okay, so now the next part that we will be moving on to, or the next topic that we will be moving on to, is to learn how to negate nouns. Okay, so we verneinen wir nomen. Okay, how to negate nouns. All right, so yeah, so can you all see my screen properly? Yeah, is this clear? Yeah, or a nine. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to keep my camera off because otherwise the call will get worsened. So again, let me know, okay, if there is anything with the call. I have already asked them to turn on your chats, so I am hoping that your chats will be enabled soon. But either ways, if they are not, then at least you can unmute or just let me know if there is any problem with the call. Okay, also. So wir lernen jetzt, wie wir Nomen verneinen. Okay, so verneinen bedeutet Nein sagen. That is when you are negating something. Okay, so we learned bestimmte Articles. So bestimmte Articles are definite articles. Okay, indefinite articles and definite articles that we learn. Bestimmte Articles und unbestimmte Articles. Das sind positive articles. So those articles that we had are positive articles. Okay, just give me 1 minute. I need to show you all something. So let's just do that. Okay, yeah. Also, so zum Beispiel, if I show you a pen, okay, if I show you a pen, I'll say das ist ein Kuli. Correct? Das ist ein Kuli, zum Beispiel, das ist eine Flasche, okay, das ist ein Laptop. So, das ist immer positiv. That is, when we use ein, okay, it means that this particular thing is that. So, when I say, das ist ein Kuli, okay, oder zum Beispiel, das ist eine Flasche. Okay, so das bedeutet, dass yes, this particular thing that we are mentioning, das ist positive. If I'm showing you a pen and I'm telling you, yeah, das ist ein Kuli. Okay, but say for example, instead of showing you a pen, I show you a pencil. Okay, now in this case, if I ask you, is das ein Kuli? Y'all cannot say ja, na? Okay, noch einmal. So ich sage ja, ist das ein Kuli? Okay, ist das ein Kuli? Sie können sagen ja, das ist ein Kuli. Okay, aber ist das ein Kuli? You all cannot say ja, das ist ein Kuli, na? Because it is not a pen. Okay, however, when we are negating our nouns, okay, so when we are nomen verneinen, when we are saying no to our nouns or we are negating our nouns, we do not use nicht ein. Okay, remember that. It is again a translation error. Okay, a lot of times what happens is you can mistake it to say, okay, das ist nicht ein Kuli. Because to us, if we are focusing on how we speak in English, it feels correct. Na? Ha, this is not a pen, das ist nicht ein Kuli. Okay, aber auf Deutsch sagt man nicht ein ist falsch. So, das ist ein Kuli. Okay, ist das ein Kuli? Ja, das ist ein Kuli. Aber ist das ein Kuli? You can't say ja, das ist, oder you can't say nein, das ist nicht ein Kuli. Okay? So mit Nomen benutzen wir nicht. Okay? When you want to negate a noun, that is when you want to say this, yes, this is not a pen, for example. Or if you want to say, yeah, I am not drinking coffee. Okay, anytime when you come to negation of nouns, we need something that we call as a negations article. Okay, so we need something that we call as a negations article or a negative article. Okay, so what we are doing here is we are negating a noun. Also, so wenn wir Nomen verneinen, brauchen wir eine Negationsartikels. That is what we need here is we need a negative article. Okay, so ein Kuli bedeutet ja, it is a pen. Okay, so the example that we saw just now, I say, yeah, das ist ein Kuli. Okay, das ist ein Kuli. But if I want to say this is not a pen, dann sagt man nicht ein, sondern benutzen wir ein Artikel. That is, you will use a Negationsartikel und dieser Negationsartikel ist kein. So das ist ein Kuli, aber das ist kein Kuli. That is, I am saying yes, this is a pen, but this is not a pen. So nicht ein is falsch. Okay, so das ist ein Kuli, das ist positiv, aber das ist kein Kuli bedeutet, das ist negativ. So when we are Nomen verneinen, that is when you are saying no to nouns. Okay, in that context, you are not going to be using nicht ein, sondern benutzen wir kein. So far we have three types of articles. Okay, es gibt drei Typen oder drei Formen von Artikeln. Bestimmte Artikel are your definite articles. Okay, so das sind der, die, das und die. Unbestimmte Articles are your indefinite articles. So das sind ein, eine, ein. Okay, plural, there is no article. So sagt man nicht ein, einer, ein. Okay, so maskulin ein, plural, oh sorry, feminin eine, neutral ein. Okay, und dann haben wir Negationsartikel. Negationsartikel bedeutet negative article. When you are saying or when you are negating specifically a noun. Okay, so zum Beispiel Negationen von Adjektiven, Verben, Präpositionen, Adverbien, basically any grammatic structure when you are negating other than a noun. Okay, you want to negate something other than a noun, in that case you will use nicht. Okay, so nicht we did when we learned ja nein Frage negativ, na? Das ist zum Beispiel ich wohne nicht in Deutschland. Okay, und so weiter. Oder zum Beispiel ich spreche nicht. Okay, oder ich koche nicht heute zum Beispiel. So negation of verbs, negation of adjectives, negation of adverbien, das ist alles nicht. Okay, aber Negation von Nomen braucht dann Negationsartikel. Das heißt dann kein, keiner, kein, keiner. So where you are negating everything else, das sind die Beispiele. Okay, so das sind die Beispielsätze. Sandra singt nicht gut. Okay, so man sagt ja also, Sandra singt nicht gut. Okay, klar? Sandra singt nicht gut. So adjective gut, it becomes nicht gut. Also, then weiter. Die Pizza ist nicht lecker. So das ist dann negativ. Okay, so die Pizza ist nicht lecker. So das ist dann nochmals, you're using negation. So sagt man, instead of saying, ja, die Pizza ist lecker, you're negating it. You are saying, ja, die Pizza ist nicht lecker. Okay, die Milch ist nicht kalt. So nochmals ist das negativ. Okay, die Milch ist nicht kalt. Okay, so you're using your negation here. Okay,
Ma'am,
yeah.
so if we are using somewhere like ein or eine, like or an, then
Hmm.
only we'll use this negation cartel, right? Kain or kainin. If we are
No, no,
not,
no.
if we are not
No.
using, like in this case, the pizza one, we
Huh?
didn't use anything. So while negating, we can simply use nisht.
No, 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 no. Negation has nothing to do with ein, einer, ein. It you have to look what part of the sentence you are negating. So here you
Ma-
are negating the adjective lecker. So nicht lecker. Okay. So negation has nothing to do with ein, einer. Negation, actually negative article you will use when you are negating the noun. So if you are negating the noun, then you will be using kein, keiner. Okay.
uh,
Eine is a different concept altogether, where you are using nouns in terms of you're giving information about the noun which is indefinite. So
uh,
you, hmm,
ma'am, like in this case where it's written ish esse kind broth, right? It
hmm,
means I don't eat bread,
hmm,
right?
hmm.
So it would be ish esse ein broth, that is converted to ish esse kain broth, right?
No, 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 it's not converted necessarily.
I mean,
Okay.
while negating that, we are changing ein to kain, right?
And it doesn't have to be only ein. It can be das also. Ish eso das brot.
No, no,
Okay.
no. What I'm trying to say is, like, for my understanding, nisht is like a no, a not. Okay. So, like you said, if we are using like ein, what? Okay. So we have to use this negation cartel. Like we have to change it with kain or something like that. We can not directly write nisht. Like I cannot say ish esse nisht brought, right?
Huh, correct. Yeah.
But in the pizza one, I can simply write the nisht. I don't, because there was they didn't use ein or
No,
whatever
no,
there
no.
was.
They didn't use I know because you're not concerned with the noun here. You have an adjective. So if you remember it like that, you will be confused and you will not be able to use ein, einer. This is not dependent on if you're using ein, einer. This is dependent on if you're using a noun or no. So when I use a noun, it's not necessary that I always use ein, einer. Why? I can say ish essa das brot. But if I want to say I want to negate that brot, I will still say ish essa kein brot. Here I am saying the pizza is nicht lecker, but because the negation is not concerning the pizza, the negation is concerning lecker. So is it tasty or not tasty? So this is the aspect that I am negating. So it has got nothing to do with what kind of article you are using, because as
Okay.
we go ahead, we have a lot of more articles that we will use with nouns. Ein, eine are not the only ones. Getting it? So
Yeah,
you,
but if it would be concerning pizza, then we have to use that kind
if
or
you are
something,
using,
right?
yeah. So if
Like
I say,
ish
yeah,
esse ein pizza would be ish esse kind pizza, right?
yeah. So if you want to say that, yeah, you're not eating it, then it will be kind of pizza. But again, this is not dependent on if it is ein or einer. If I am giving very specific information, I can say ich esse die Tomaten pizza. Okay, or ich esse die Käse pizza. Now then I am not
Uh-huh,
using
uh-huh.
ein because my information is specific here. Okay, but then I need to see what part of the sentence am I negating. Yeah. So what you're saying is correct. Instead of saying ish
Uh,
esse ein Brot, I can say ish esse kein Brot. But the part to understand is that kein Brot is not necessarily dependent on if I'm using das Brot or the ein Brot.
नहीं
Okay.
नहीं मैम, मतलब मेरे कहने का मतलब है, जब तक आइन नहीं आएगा तब तक काइन भी नहीं आएगा ना.
No, 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 no. That's what. It's not like that. I don't need an unbested. See, when you are actually speaking or when you are in an actual conversation, you are not doing transformation of sentences. It depends on the context. It's not like if I use ein, only then I can use kind. They are two separate concepts. Ein I will use if the context is favorable for ein. Kind I will use if the concept is favorable for kind. Okay. So if let's say I offer you meat, for example. Okay.
Meat.
You, yeah, if I offer you meat, for example, in a
Um,
restaurant,
I forgot what. Oh,
I'll tell you. Yeah. If I offer you meat in a restaurant, okay. So I will ask you, okay, essen Sie Fleisch oder essen Sie das Fleisch?
No,
Okay,
no. Meat is something else.
meat is Fleisch.
Huh?
Meat is Fleisch. Das Fleisch is meat.
Okay.
Okay, so if I ask you, essen Sie Fleisch oder essen Sie das Fleisch? I'm not necessarily using ein here because ein Fleisch we don't say. It doesn't make sense. I'm asking you, do you eat meat? So the article for Fleisch is das Fleisch. Of course, depending on the type of meat, there are more words. Like if you eat pork, then there is a different word. If there is a beef, then there is a different word. If there's chicken, there is a different word. But in general, if I ask you essen Sie Fleisch, essen Sie Fleisch, you have only two options. Ja, ich esse Fleisch or ich esse kein Fleisch. So here I'm not necessarily using the article ein, but that has nothing to do with if I'm using kein or no. Okay, so ein, eine, and keine are two absolutely different contexts. You need to look out for what you are negating. Okay, if you're negating a noun, then regardless of what article I am using with it, I need to say, do I need to negate this? Okay, so say for example, I ask you, kaufen Sie Computer. Now, I'm not basically using an article here. I can say kaufen Sie den Computer. There are different articles also, no, that you will be learning. So it's not all dependent on ein, eine. So if you remember it like that, oh, I need ein, eine. If ein, eine can come, only then keine can come, which is not appropriate because there are more articles that you will be learning. So every time you speak, you cannot base this on ein, eine. What if I'm not using ein, eine, but still I need to negate the nouns, no? So negation of nouns you learn only in that way where, okay, I am either using this noun in the positive form or I'm using this noun in the negative form. When I'm negating the article, your article needs to be keiner. Doesn't matter if you use ein or no. Okay, understood or no? Still not clear.
Uh, Ma'am, in this table, what is this M, F, N, and PL? Is it male, female,
Yeah,
man? I don't
masculine,
know.
feminine, neutral, plural. Yeah,
What is N?
masculine,
No, N, 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 N.
neutral.
Huh? Oh, neutral, neutral. Okay, okay. And ma'am, what is this bestie or own bestie?
Were you there at the last class?
No.
Then you will have to go through the recording because all of this is connected. So the first two parts of the article we have done
Uh-huh.
in the previous class. So for you to understand what that ein is, you'll have to go through the recording of the previous class.
Can you tell me what, like in English, what are those?
No, I cannot tell it in English because I have taken a whole class on it. I cannot take it
Okay,
in.
okay,
So you will have
okay,
to
okay.
go through the recordings, and I'm letting you all know this once again. Please make sure you all go through the recordings before attending the class. You all will not follow what is going on, okay? Because as we go ahead, you're gonna have more and more concepts, and of course, I am officially not allowed to repeat the same concepts again and again because all the recordings are provided. So unless and until you all have a doubt after watching the recording, that's a different thing. But if you all have not gone through the recordings and if you all are coming and attending the classes, it's going to be difficult for you all to understand. So please go through the recordings. If you have missed a class, only then attend the further class. Okay, all right. Yeah, Atharva, you have a question?
Ma'am, I have questions that if we want to say means which we never do that means which actions we
Huh?
never want to do. So
Hmm.
what is the word for that? Means I never drink milk and I don't want to drink milk like that. That.
So never, the word for never is ni. Okay, ni. Ni oder niemals. Ni oder, okay, niemals. This is never. But this is not necessarily an article, it is more like an adverb. Okay, so this is not necessarily an article. So you can say, ich trinke Milch niemals. So you are not necessarily negating Milch here. Okay, You're not necessarily negating milk here, you are negating the time period. That is, you never drink it. So it's more like an adverb. It has got nothing to do with the noun. If I say ich trinke kein Milch or ich trinke keine Milch, das bedeutet you're negating the Milch. That is, let's say you order a coffee, okay, and somebody asks you, okay, coffee with milk or ohne Milch, na? That is with milk or without milk. So in that
Yeah.
case, you can say nein, ich möchte keine Milch oder ich trinke keine Milch. So at that moment, if you are saying that you don't want to have the milk, then it is keine Milch. Or let's say, probably if you somebody asks you, just for example's sake, somebody shows you a glass of water and asks you, is das Milch? It's like, nein, das ist keine Milch. Okay, but when you say you're
Mm-hmm.
never drinking milk, your never becomes an adverb to the verb. Okay,
Okay.
it has got nothing to do with the nouns. You're not necessarily negating the noun here, you're negating the time frame. So this is just like how we say jeden Tag or
So does it? So it doesn't come in the negation.
no. It's a negative word. It's not necessarily a negative article. So what we are
Okay.
doing now is negative article, and the fundamental difference between an article or the fundamental use of an article is it has to come with a noun. So that is why, just like you have ein, einer, then you have kein, keiner. Okay,
Okay.
but niemals is just like jeden Tag. So we have done the word jeden Tag with which where you say, yeah, I do something every day. So if I say ich trinke Milch jeden Tag, na? So when you say ich trinke Milch jeden Tag means you're saying, okay, you drink it every day. Similarly, you're saying I never drink it. So this is ich trinke Milch niemals. So this has got to do with the
Okay.
timing of whether you drink it or no. It doesn't have to do directly with the noun.
Okay.
Okay, got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Clear, ma'am.
So this is more like a negative adverb, like you have today, tomorrow. It's time frame. So it's negative adverb, but it's not necessarily a negative article. Okay. Arjo. Anybody else has any other questions? Any doubts? Yeah, nine. Alles okay? Rest of them, everybody clear? Okay. Yeah. So again, I would really like to request you all that if you all have missed any classes, please go through the recordings, because going ahead, it's gonna get more and more difficult. Okay. If you are not in the flow or if you don't have the continuity towards the class, okay, then you're not gonna be able to understand what's going on in here. And unfortunately, I cannot explain something in like 5 minutes, the entire concept for which we have spent like an hour and a half. So okay, so make sure that you all have the recordings and make sure you do listen to the recordings before you attend the next class. Okay, also, wir gehen jetzt weiter. Anybody else has any other questions? Okay, ja. Alright, so wir gehen jetzt weiter. Okay, so das sind dann Beispiele. Okay, so Sandra singt nicht gut. Oder das Kind ist nicht 3 Jahre alt. So Adjektiv, ne? Das Kind ist nicht 3 Jahre alt. Okay, die Pizza ist nicht lecker. Oder Anna kommt nicht aus Deutschland. So far this is your negation going on with nicht. Okay, because no nouns are involved there. Na? Gut ist ein Adjektiv, 3 Jahre ist ein Adjektiv, lecker ist ein Adjektiv, kommen nicht, kommen ist ein Verb. Oder die Milch ist nicht kalt. Klar? So, das ist dann nicht kalt. So, das ist Negation. Okay, so wir verneinen eine Adjektiv und diese Adjektiv hier ist nicht. Okay, so nicht kalt. So kalt, opposite of that becomes nicht kalt. Klar? Aber wenn wir dann ein Nomen verneinen wollen, okay, so das ist ich trinke keine Milch. Okay, Anna liest kein Buch. Oder ich esse kein Brot. Hört keine Musik. So negation here is limited to the noun. Okay, so or I say ich esse kein Fleisch. I want to say, yeah, I don't eat meat. Okay, oder ich esse keine Tomate. Okay, so negation here is gonna be with kein und keiner for nomen. Okay, So ich habe ja noch einige Beispiele für euch. I have some examples for you. Okay. Now, if you see this picture, das ist ein Tablet. No? What is this? You can clearly see it's a tablet. So that's tablet. Okay. Kaufst du ein Radio? Now, I have purposely put twisted questions here so that we understand the concept. Don't worry, in real life, nobody is going to show you a tablet and ask you if it is a radio. Okay. Or vice versa. Whatever. Also, so here these are Beispiel, these examples are used so that we just learn the way of answering or learn the negations. Okay, so kaufst du ein Radio? So if let's say you're going shopping, I ask you, okay, kaufst du ein Radio? So sagt man, nein, ich kaufe kein Radio, ich kaufe ein Tablet. Okay, aber nicht ein Radio oder nicht das Radio. Das sind falsche Sätze. Okay, these are wrong sentences. Man sagt nicht, ich kaufe nicht ein Radio oder ich kaufe nicht das Radio. Okay, this is translation error because we're thinking in English, okay, I'm not buying the radio or I'm not buying a radio, but that's not how you answer it in Deutsch. Okay, so das ist immer, ich kaufe kein Radio oder ich kaufe kein Tablet, ich trinke keine Milch. So, Negation von Nomen, okay, braucht man immer dann kein, keiner und keine. Verstanden? So, das ist dann Negation. Yeah? So, kein Radio, ein Tablet. So, what you are not buying is given with negation. What you are buying is actually given with unbestimmte oder bestimmte. If you want to further give specific information about the tablet, you can say, okay, das Tablet costed 500 Euro. Okay, so kaufst du, kaufst du ein Radio? Nein, ich kaufe kein Radio, ich kaufe ein Tablet. Klar, verstanden? Okay. Nochmal, weiter. Ist das ein Computer? Nein, das ist kein Computer, das ist ein Laptop. So Maskulinnomen, der Laptop, der Computer auch. Okay? So ist das ein Computer? Nein, das ist kein Computer, das ist ein Laptop. Okay? Dann feminine Nomen. Is das eine Apotheke? Okay, so these nouns we'll be learning today. Okay, Apotheke is a pharmacy. Okay, so is das eine Apotheke? Nein, das ist keine Apotheke. No? Naturally, you don't. This is not a pharmacy. No? So was ist das? Das ist eine Kirche. Okay, so das ist eine Kirche. Okay. Die Kirche heißt zum Beispiel Michaelis Kirche. So you can give the name of the church, whatever. You can switch between articles depending on what kind of information you are giving. Okay?
And Kirche is church, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay? Klar? Also. Dann weiter. Pluralnomen. Sind das Autos? Okay? Sind das Autos? Nein, das sind keine Autos. Okay, so Singular ein, das Auto. Plural ist die Autos. Okay, so sind das Autos? Nein, das sind keine Autos. Das sind dann Plural, das sind Fahrräder. So these words we have learned in the last class, na? Verkehrsmittel. So das sind Fahrräder. So Singular ist das Fahrrad, Plural ist die Fahrräder. Klar? Verstanden? Anybody has any questions so far? Any doubts? Ja oder nein? Understood? 100%? Gibt es Fragen oder etwas, das nicht klar ist? Nein? Okay. All right. So we will solve a few exercises now for, okay, Negationsartikel. Okay, so we will do a mix of exercises now. Okay, ein und kein, both. So either it is going to be unbestimmte Artikel oder Negationsartikel. Okay, so just give me 1 minute. I'll share my screen and then we can do the exercise. Okay, and then yeah, okay, then we will continue. So just give me 1 minute. I'll share my screen, then we can start. Just give me 1 moment. Okay. So it's Markandia the negations article. Okay, so we'll do mix exercises here. So you have to identify which article is the correct article now. Okay. Okay. Just give me a yeah. Okay. So ergänzen Sie dann die richtige Artikel. Okay. Eine, kein, keiner oder der, die, das. Welcher Article is richtig? I'll give you the article or I'll give you the gender to the noun. Okay. So zum Beispiel Berlin ist kein Land. Na? Land we know is a country. Das Land. So Berlin ist kein Land. Berlin ist eine Stadt. So feminine, das ist eine Stadt. Okay. Similarly, Hafen. Okay. Klar? Hafen ist ein maskulin Nomen. Der Hafen. Okay. Hafen is a port. Okay. Port where you have ships. Na? So das ist maskulin. Then Autos, we know das ist Plural. Züge ist auch Plural. Züge are trains. Na? So das ist auch Plural. Okay. Hotel is neutral. Das ist das Hotel. Restaurant ist auch neutral. Und Fluss ist maskulin. Okay. Und Schiffer here is plural. Okay. So now you all know the genders to the noun, but contextually now you all have to identify welche Artikeln sind hier richtig. Okay. So is it gonna be eine, ein, kein, keiner, keiner, der, die, das oder die. Okay, so ergänzen Sie das. We will do this and then we will take a short break. After that, we will continue. Okay, so machen Sie das, danach diskutieren. Okay, yeah. So let me know once you all are done, then we'll discuss the answers. Okay. Yeah. Sind Sie fertig? Yeah. Fertig oder nein? Are you all done? Ja, nein. Fertig oder nein? Okay.
Ma'am, 9. One more minute.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time. Just let me know once you all are done, then we can discuss. Okay, kein Problem.
Uh, uh, yeah, ma'am, we can start.
Alles sind fertig. Braucht jemand noch Zeit? Anybody else needs time? Yeah. Also, okay. So we discuss the answers. Okay. So, ja, also, so in Bremen ist ein Hafen, okay, der Hafen ist groß. So, das ist dann positive Information, bestimmte und unbestimmte. Das ist generelle Information, ein und dann der, okay. Dann auf der Straße fahren Autos, no article here, aber keine Züge. Ne? So, auf der Straße ist Street.
Tiny.
Ja, aber keine Züge. Okay, richtig. Dann ist das ein Hotel? Nein, das ist leider
Kein.
kein Hotel.
Kein. Kein.
Ja, okay. Dann weiter.
Ein.
Hier ein Restaurant. Ja, das Restaurant ist, okay, das Restaurant Bentner, okay, es ist, es ist sehr schön, okay. Dann wie heißt der Fluss Isar. So Isar is the name of the Fluss of the river. Ja, your fahren
Hmm.
leider keine Schiffe. Okay, leider is negative, that is unfortunately or a sadly. So here fahren keine Schiffe. Okay, klar? Verstanden? Okay. So yes, I think we'll take a break for a few minutes. After that, we'll do some vocabulary. Okay. So wir machen dann the vocabulary for these words where you saw Nash, Hafen, restaurant und so weiter. So we'll do the vocabulary for these words. Clear? So yes, we'll take a break for about 7-8 minutes and then we will continue. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Also, ja, machen Sie eine Pause, then we will continue. Okay? Also, okay, everybody back? Ja? Okay. So, wir lernen jetzt die Wörter, okay, von dem Thema in der Stadt. Okay, so we'll be learning now about places which are there around you. Wie zum Beispiel Supermärkte, okay, Supermarkt or Kirche or Bahnhof, okay, whatever words we have seen in these two, three topics. And like I said, on Wednesday, we will do like a vocabulary quiz. So I'll give you some words and we have to discuss then what those words are called in Deutsch. Okay, so that is something that we'll be doing on Wednesday. So make sure you learn the vocabulary. Okay, also, aber jetzt lesen, okay, lernen wir diese Wörter. Okay, so just give me a moment. I'll share my screen and I'll play the video. Okay, so just tell me if the audio is clear, if there is any problem with screen share of this, if the voice is not clear, or if it is breaking. Yeah, just let me know. Okay, okay, so just tell me if the audio is clear. Yeah,
Everyone, and welcome to our video series on learn.
audible. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our video series on Learn German Vocabulary. In this video, you'll be learning the names and articles of various institutions you find in a city. Also, you will learn what one can do there. Do remember to listen carefully and repeat. So, let's begin. In der Stadt. And here's the first one. Die Bäckerei, die Bäckereien. Noch einmal, die Bäckerei, die Bäckereien. Hier kann man frisches Brot kaufen. Die Bank, die Banken. Noch einmal, die Bank, die Banken. Hier kann man Geld abheben oder einzahlen. Die Apotheke, die Apotheken. Noch einmal, die Apotheke, die Apotheken. Hier kann man Medikamente kaufen. Der Kiosk, die Kioske. Noch einmal, der Kiosk, die Kioske. Hier kann man Zeitung kaufen oder Zigaretten kaufen. Der Supermarkt, die Supermärkte. Noch einmal, der Supermarkt, die Supermärkte. Hier kann man Lebensmittel kaufen. Die Bücherei, die Büchereien. Noch einmal, die Bücherei, die Büchereien. Another common word for Bücherei is die Bibliothek. Hier kann man viele Bücher finden. Let's move on to the next one. Der Bahnhof. Die Bahnhöfe. Noch einmal. Der Bahnhof. Die Bahnhöfe. And almost every city has the main railway station, which is known as der Hauptbahnhof. Hier kommen täglich viele Züge an. Das Restaurant. Die Restaurants. Noch einmal das Restaurant. Die Restaurants. Hier kann man essen gehen. Das Hotel. Die Hotels. Noch einmal das Hotel. Die Hotels. Hier kann man übernachten. Die Metzgerei. Die Metzgereien. Noch einmal die Metzgerei. Die Metzgereien. Hier kann man Fleisch kaufen. Die Post. Die Posts. Noch einmal die Post. Die Posts. Hier kann man Briefe abschicken. Das Kino. Die Kinos. Noch einmal das Kino. Die Kinos. Hier kann man Filme sehen. Das Stadion. Die Stadien. Noch einmal das Stadion. Die Stadien. Hier kann man Fußballspiele sehen.
Manifestation is not magic, it is physics. Most people think the law of attraction is about
Das Theater. Die Theater. Noch einmal das Theater. Die Theater. Hier kann man Drama sehen. Der Zoo. Die Zoos. Noch einmal der Zoo. Die Zoos. Other common words for zoo are der Tierpark or der Tiergarten. Hier kann man viele Tiere sehen. Das Krankenhaus. Die Krankenhäuser. Noch einmal das Krankenhaus. Die Krankenhäuser. Hier findet man viele Patienten. Der Blumenladen. Die Blumenläden. Noch einmal, der Blumenladen. Die Blumenläden. Hier kann man Blumen kaufen. Der Flughafen. Die Flughäfen. Noch einmal, der Flughafen. Die Flughäfen. Hier sieht man viele Flugzeuge. Der Park. Die Parks. Noch einmal, der Park. Die Parks. Hier kann man spazieren gehen. Die Bushaltestelle. Die Bushaltestellen. Noch einmal, die Bushaltestelle. Die Bushaltestellen. Hier halten Busse an. Die Schule. Die Schulen. Noch einmal, die Schule. Die Schulen. Hier geht man zum Lernen. Die Universität. Die Universitäten. Noch einmal, die Universität. Die Universitäten. Hier kann man studieren. Der Buchladen. Die Buchläden. Noch einmal, der Buchladen. Die Buchläden. Hier kann man Bücher kaufen. Die Kneipe. Die Kneipen. Noch einmal, die Kneipe. Die Kneipen. Hier kann man Alkohol trinken. Das Fitnesszentrum. Die Fitnesszentren. Noch einmal, das Fitnesszentrum. Die Fitnesszentren. Hier geht man, um fit zu bleiben. Das Schwimmbad. Die Schwimmbäder. Noch einmal, das Schwimmbad. Die Schwimmbäder. Hier kann man schwimmen. And here's the last one. Das Reisebüro. Die Reisebüros. Noch einmal, das Reisebüro. Die Reisebüros. Hier kann man Reisen buchen. Well done! Hope you enjoyed this lesson. Danke! Thanks for watching this video.
Okay, so when you practice these words for now, practice only the words, the sentences that they had written below. Those we are gonna be learning soon. Okay, so the verbal, okay, these are that structural, this particular sentence structures we will be learning shortly. Okay, glad. Anybody has any questions so far? Any doubts? Anything not understood? Okay,
No, ma'am.
also. Aju. So I have another topic, but it's okay. We only have 10 minutes, so I don't want to start something new and leave it halfway. So it's all right. We'll stop a little early today. Okay. So in the next class, we will be going ahead with a new set of articles. Like I told you, we have a lot of articles which are there, but this is gonna be the last set of articles. So this is one module which will be completed. Then in the after the articles are done, we will be starting with the next module. That is, we will be doing some more sentence structures. Okay, so please revise everything whatever we have done so far. If you all have any questions or any doubts, okay, you all can let me know. I'll just check about the access, okay, because I'm not sure if you all can submit the homework, so we just need to figure that out. That is, can you upload your homework on the same folder as the one that is shared with you, or we need to find out some other ways for you all to make or to submit the house of Gaba. Okay, so we will do that and I'll upload. Once I create the folder, I'll let you know. Okay, so don't worry if you don't see the folder, means it is not there. It's not sorry, it's not yet created. So if that is the case, once I make the folder, I will let you know. Okay, so so far whatever has been done has been uploaded on your worksheet, including the videos which are there, so you can directly play it from there. The links are all there, so you don't need to search for these videos. Whatever videos we have seen in the class for vocabulary, you can practice from there. Okay, so on Wednesday we will do a brief practice session for all the vocabulary that we have learned so far. Okay, so yeah, I hope that your chats are enabled because otherwise it will be difficult to conduct that. So I'll just have a word with the team. Okay, so I guess that is alles then. Okay, wir können jetzt Schluss machen, so we will stop for now. So I will see you all on Wednesday and then we will continue. Okay,
Ma'am,
Ma'am.
how
yeah.
many more classes are left? Like, where are we on the track?
So there are quite a few classes left. So today was just the 15th class. So in
Uh-huh.
all, just give me 1 minute. I'll just check the schedule. Just a second. I'll let you know. So today was just the 15th class. We have a few more classes remaining. Okay. So in all, yeah, just a moment. Let's check your schedule for the batch. Okay, so in general we would be needing about yeah, around 35, 36 classes. So you have roughly around 15 to let's just say 20 classes more. Okay, so around 15 to 20 classes more we have to complete everything. Additionally, if we need, then we will do some extra model tests and practice. So yeah, roughly around in all we need like 35 to 38 classes. So we are currently at the 15th class, so roughly 20 more classes we're gonna need.
And that will be till A2 level.
No, this is A1.
So for A1 only, we need 20 more classes.
Yeah, yes. So this is only your A1. Your A2, so the batch, once the A1 finishes, then probably you'll get an update about how they will be starting or going ahead with A1. But we need another 15 to, yeah, another 20 classes to finish your A1.
Okay.
Okay, all right. It's even grammar is basically very vast, so we are gonna need some time to make sure uh, the concepts are clear. Also, we will spend a lot of time doing additional practice in the class because unless and until you practice those exercises and all, it's a little bit difficult. So yeah, I would give or take 20 more classes we might need. Okay. Yeah. Anybody else? Any other question? I think somebody else was also asking some questions. No?
Same question, ma'am.
same question. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think around 20 more classes, but we will see if I can. Just let me check. Today is third, no? So I'm 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, so we will see if we can, yeah, by mid-December or so, maybe your classes should end, but I'll let you know. Like 20 classes is what we need. If we go a little faster, like if we can cover more than one topic in the class, then it can be a little bit faster. This was just like the first two modules, so I purposely went a little bit slow so that you all could understand them properly. But we'll see. There's no need to rush it. As long as you are understanding, it's fine, because also it's a big group, no? So if we just go fast, I don't want anybody to feel like they're left out or they are falling behind. So that is why I'm going at a pace which should be suitable for everybody. Okay. So yeah, I think give it another 20, yeah, 20, 15, 18 to 20 classes. I think we should be good then. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I guess that's as tal as that. We will stop for now. So I'll see you all on Wednesday. Okay. And then we shall continue. Okay.
Bis später, auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah. Also, tschüss, bis später. Bye. See you.
Politically?
Ciao.
Ja, danke. Tschüss. Ciao.
Losses